Muscle contraction begins in the sarcomere, which is the unit of muscle contraction. The sarcomere is a microscopic structure, but in order to get to the sarcomere, we have to start with the whole muscle and work our way down. Here is the whole muscle attached to the bone, which is shown in yellow, and the muscle is shown in red. Between them is a whitish structure, which is the tendon. This is how the muscle connects to the bone. The tendon is made up of dense, regular connective tissue. When you buy chicken at the grocery store, you may have noticed that the leg of the chicken or the breast is covered by a whitish structure. That whitish layer is called fascia, which is connective tissue. If we were to take a section of the whole muscle and take a closer look at it, we will find that the muscle is organized into smaller units. Now outside we have the fascia. The next layer going in red, is also connective tissue layer, and we call it epimysium. The word epimysium means outer covering. Epi meaning outside or upon, and mys stands for muscle or myos, and iem means layer. So the whole muscle is organized into muscle fascicles. Each muscle fascicle, shown here in yellow, is further organized into even smaller units. And these smaller units are the muscle fibers, shown in blue. The outer lining of the muscle fascicle is called perimysium. Peri means around, mys or myos means muscle, and iem means lining. So here are the muscle fibers, and each muscle fiber is actually a cell. Each muscle fiber is extremely long. It is one of the longest cells in the body, with many nuclei in a single muscle fiber. So here is a muscle fiber shown in blue, and each muscle fiber is surrounded by yet another connective tissue layer called endomysium. And inside the muscle fiber are even smaller units called myofibrils. And each myofibril is made up of thin and thick filaments called myofilaments, shown in yellow and blue. Each myofibril is made up of repeating units called sarcomeres, and these are the units of muscle contraction. The muscle fiber is really a modified cell. The function of this cell is to contract and relax, so the muscle fiber is highly modified from a regular cell. So let's take a look at some of these modifications. Let's start with the cell membrane. The cell membrane of a muscle fiber is called the sarcolemma. Sarcos means flesh and lemma means peel or outer covering. The muscle fiber needs a lot of energy in the form of ATP in order to carry out muscle contraction. So there are many mitochondria scattered throughout the length of the muscle fiber. There are also multiple nuclei throughout the length of the muscle fiber. Another important organelle, which is shown in blue, is the sarcoplasmic reticulum. The sarcoplasmic reticulum is the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. In the muscle fiber, it occupies a large amount of space, and its job is to store calcium, which is very important for muscle contraction. The muscle fiber is an electrically excitable cell, and so it needs pathways through which action potentials can travel. So these are the T-tubules, which are shown in red, and they are extensions of the cell membrane that penetrate the deeper portions of the sarcoplasm or the cytoplasm of the muscle fiber. And finally, we'll take a look at the myofibrils, shown in pink. The myofibrils are the most important part of the muscle fiber because without them, muscle contraction is not possible. Here is a two-dimensional drawing of a sarcomere. The sarcomere, as we said earlier, is the unit of muscle contraction. There are many sarcomeres arranged all along the length of each myofibril. Inside the sarcomere are the myofilaments, the thick and thin filaments. The thick filament is shown in yellow and it is made up of the protein myosin. The thin filament, that is shown in blue, is mostly made up of actin. It is actually made up of three different proteins: actin, troponin, and tropomyosin. If we were to take a closer look at the actin or the thin filament, we will see all three proteins. Shown in blue are the actin molecules, the pink molecules are the troponin, and shown as a transparent green ribbon is the tropomyosin. Notice how all these proteins, myosin, actin, troponin, tropomyosin, all end with the suffix in. In refers to protein.